Young and the Restless. Kyle goes nuclear on Summer, stripped of all rights? Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone is having a nice day. Before we begin the video, please subscribe and give the video a thumbs up. Belinda Gates Turner. In the latest episode of The Young and the Restless, a fiery custody battle is unfolding between Kyle Abbott, Michael Mueller, and Summer Newman, Allison Lanier, over their son, Harrison Abbott, Redding Munsell. Kyle is livid at Summer's audacious attempt to snatch custody, and it appears he's poised to deliver a stark reality check. Summer's legal claim to Harrison is questionable. This is because there's no record of her ever adopting the boy. Meanwhile, Kyle's plan to whisk his son off to Paris for a week has been disrupted by Summer's interference. In a shocking twist on the CBS opera, Summer's custody case was initially triggered by Kyle's decision to move out of his parents' house, a move she deemed unacceptable. As the courtroom drama intensifies, fans debate whether Kyle will retaliate by stripping Summer of all visitation and custody rights. Regardless of the outcome, the tangled web of alliances, betrayals, and power plays continues to keep viewers of The Young and the Restless on the edge of their seats. Get all your daily Young and the Restless spoilers and news here and stay tuned for updates on your favorite characters' fates. The Young and the Restless has long been known for its high-stakes drama, complex relationships, and emotional twists, but nothing compares to the tension currently simmering between Kyle Abbott, Michael Mueller, and his wife, Summer Newman Abbott, Hunter King. This week, the drama between the couple escalates to unprecedented heights, and Kyle finds himself in a position he never imagined, confronting Summer with an intensity that threatens to shatter their marriage. As the emotional firestorm unfolds, the question on everyone's lips is Kyle about to go nuclear on Summer? And could he strip her of everything she holds dear, including her rights as a mother and wife? As their once solid relationship begins to crumble, Kyle is forced to face his darkest fears, personal insecurities, and his desperate need to protect his family. But when everything is on the line, will Kyle take a dramatic step that changes his life and Summer's forever? This week, I and our fans are in for a wild ride filled with betrayal, heartbreak, and revelations that could alter the course of the Abbott and Newman families for good. The breakdown of Kyle and Summer's marriage. At the heart of this week's emotional chaos is Kyle and Summer's fractured marriage. Over the years, Kyle and Summer's relationship has been a roller coaster of passion, love, and tumultuous moments. From their early days as young lovers to their eventual reconciliation and wedding, their love story seemed destined to overcome any obstacle. However, recent events have cast a shadow over their once strong bond, and cracks have begun to form. The catalyst for their marriage's disintegration has been Summer's growing emotional distance and Kyle's mounting frustrations with her actions. For Kyle, the betrayal of trust, whether intentional or not, has been the most painful part. Summer's decisions, especially in her professional and personal life, have caused Kyle to question not only her loyalty, but also her commitment to their future as a couple. Summer's recent involvement in business dealings with her family, particularly her alliance with her grandfather Victor Newman, Eric Braden, and her complicated interactions with her father Mick Newman, Joshua Morrow, have put her at odds with Kyle. The more Summer gravitates toward her family's business, the more Kyle feels alienated and out of place. He has always been a proud Abbott, but Summer's increasing loyalty to the Newman family is something he cannot ignore. In addition to their professional struggles, there's the matter of their personal life. Summer's decision to push Kyle away emotionally, paired with Kyle's own feelings of inadequacy and fear of losing control, has created a chasm between them that neither of them seems able to bridge. This week, Kyle reaches his boiling point, and the emotional fallout could be disastrous. Kyle's nuclear moment. Will he go too far? As the week progresses, Kyle finds himself spiraling emotionally, as he grapples with the idea that his marriage is on the brink of collapse. In the heat of a particularly explosive argument, Kyle reaches a breaking point, and it becomes clear that he is no longer willing to tolerate Summer's actions without repercussions. His frustration with Summer reaches a level of intensity that threatens to destroy everything they've built together. What makes this moment so significant is the depth of Kyle's emotional turmoil. He is not only angry with Summer for what he perceives as her betrayal, but he's also deeply hurt by her Summer's decisions. Loyalty to her family and her actions within the Newman organization have diminished their family, and Kyle is prepared to make her face the consequences. As his emotions erupt, Kyle's words become cutting and harsh, cutting to the core of Summer's very identity. In a scene that will leave fans on the edge of their seats, Kyle delivers an ultimatum to Summer that could completely change the trajectory of their relationship. In a fit of rage, Kyle tells Summer that if she continues down the path she's on, he will have no choice but to strip her of her rights, potentially taking legal action to separate her from her son, Harrison, and their shared assets. He warns her that if she doesn't prove her commitment to him and their family, he will make it impossible for her to regain the trust and security they once had. This moment is a turning point for Kyle. His anger and frustration have clouded his judgment, and while he believes he is protecting his family, his drastic decision could be the one that irreparably damages the relationship. The idea of stripping Summer of all her rights, especially as a mother, is a drastic and irreversible step that could lead to devastating consequences for both of them. But the question arises, will Kyle truly go through with his threat? Is this just a moment of heated words, or will he actually take legal action that could tear apart their marriage and family? Summer's reaction, a shocking turn of events. In the aftermath of Kyle's outburst, Summer is left reeling. She never imagined that Kyle, the man she thought she knew inside and out, would ever speak to her in such a way. Summer has always prided herself on her independence and her ability to stand up for what she believes in, but Kyle's threat cuts her deeply, and she finds herself questioning everything. For Summer, the idea that Kyle would strip her of her rights as a mother and wife feels like the ultimate betrayal. She's always seen herself as a partner in their marriage, someone who is committed to making things work, even when they face challenges. But Kyle's outburst suggests he no longer sees her as an equal, and Summer is left to process the devastating impact of his words. Summer's reaction to Kyle's nuclear moment will be one of both hurt and defiance. As the emotional toll of their argument sinks in, Summer begins to question her own role in the marriage. Has she really betrayed Kyle, or is he overreacting to her desire to build a life for herself outside of the Newman family? She begins to evaluate her own feelings for Kyle, whether she can continue to fight for their marriage or if it's time to walk away. This week, Summer will be forced to make some tough decisions. Is she willing to give up her independence and submit to Kyle's demands in order to save their marriage, or will she stand her ground and show Kyle that she won't be controlled? Summer's decision will have far-reaching consequences, not just for her relationship with Kyle, but also for her relationship with her family, especially her father, Nick. The legal and emotional fallout, a battle for Harrison's custody. One of the most dramatic consequences of Kyle's decision to strip Summer of her rights could be the potential battle for custody of their son Harrison. As the couple's argument intensifies, Kyle's anger leads him to consider taking legal action to ensure that he has full custody of Harrison, potentially leaving Summer out of the equation entirely. This drastic move would undoubtedly be a nuclear option, but in Kyle's emotional state, it seems to be one he's willing to entertain. Kyle's primary motivation in this decision is his belief that Summer's actions are damaging to Harrison's well-being. He views her ties to the Newman family as a threat to the stability of their home and Harrison's future. In his mind, keeping Harrison away from the influence of the Newman empire and the chaos it often brings is the only way to ensure the boy has a safe, secure life. But as Kyle considers his options, he begins to realize just how destructive this path could be. The custody battle would not only tear apart his relationship with Summer, but would also have a lasting impact on their son. Kyle, who has always been fiercely protective of his family, now finds himself at odds with his desire to do what's best for Harrison and the damage that taking such drastic measures could cause. As the legal battle looms, both Kyle and Summer must confront the reality of their situation. Their fractured marriage has the potential to destroy the very thing they hold most dear, their family. Neither of them wants to lose Harrison, but with both parents so deeply hurt and emotionally strained, a battle over their son's future may be the voice of reason. Nick Newman, Summer's father, has always been a steady presence in her life. While their relationship has had its ups and downs, Nick has consistently supported Summer through her various personal and professional struggles. But this week, Nick finds himself caught in the middle of Kyle and Summer's explosive confrontation. As Summer turns to her father for support, Nick must navigate the difficult task of remaining neutral while also standing by his daughter. Nick's role as a father and protector comes into play as he tries to help Summer understand her options and the potential consequences of her marriage to Kyle. While Nick has always been protective of Summer, he also understands the importance of her making her own decisions. As the emotional fallout from Kyle's nuclear moment continues to unfold, Nick will attempt to mediate between the two, encouraging both Summer and Kyle to reconsider their actions before things spiral too far out of control. But even Nick, with all his wisdom and experience, cannot prevent the damage from being done. Kyle's actions have already set in motion a chain of events that could have lasting consequences for both families. The question remains, can Nick help Summer find a way back from this destructive conflict, or will he be forced to pick sides in a battle that threatens to destroy everything they've built? The future of Kyle and Summer. Can they rebuild, or is it too late? As the dust settles on Kyle's explosive outburst, the future of his marriage to Summer remains uncertain. Can they repair the damage that's been done, or is this the beginning of the end for them as a couple? Both Kyle and Summer are deeply invested in their relationship, but their emotional wounds may be too deep to overcome. This week, the consequences of Kyle's nuclear moment will reverberate through every aspect of their lives. Kyle's desire to protect his family and his frustrations with Summer's growing ties to the Newman family have put their marriage on the edge of collapse. Whether they can rebuild what they've lost, or whether the emotional damage is too great, will depend on their willingness to confront their own flaws and desires. Ultimately, this week marks a pivotal moment for Kyle and Summer. The question is, will they emerge from this crisis stronger than ever, or will they find themselves permanently torn apart by the fallout of their fractured relationship? As the emotional battle intensifies, fans will be left wondering if this is the beginning of the end for Kyle and Summer, or if they can find a way to rebuild their broken marriage and secure their future together.